Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel. If you've noticed anything different, um, I may look a little different, as you can see. Hello, I got myself a haircut and shaved this off a little bit. Heading in, or obviously starting this new week of work, and otherwise, just time to change it up. So, from the video you saw just last night on this channel, you can definitely see the difference in Steve and my look. From Sunday night, my review of Backlash around this time, if not maybe a little bit later. And here now the review of Monday Night Raw. Now, there's a pretty good table for three that's going to be on right now, actually on the WWE Network. So those that want to go up there, welcome to check that out, or check it out later, however and whenever you're able to. But it has Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, and current WWE champion AJ Styles. So pretty cool table for the three there. Specifically there for Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon stories, but beyond that, awesome to have AJ Styles part of the mix as well. So just want to share that. But let's share and talk about this Monday Night Raw here for May 7th, 2018 in Long Island, home of Zack Ryder. So starting off the show, actually, so I get my notes here. Raw kicking off with Kurt Angle announcing a third Money in the Bank qualifying match for right then and there, being Braun Strowman going one-on-one against Kevin Owens. Kurt Angle, though, even before Braun Strowman coming out there, before Kevin Owens interrupting, was talking about the Money in the Bank and talking about how things are going to work for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and the ladder matches for the men and the women's. There will be only two Money in the Bank ladder matches, which I think we already knew, but confirmed. There will be 8 total superstars. 4 from Monday Night Raw, 4 from SmackDown Live, representing their brands and being part of the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's and women's, respectively. So that's how everything's going to be set up, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things are to be built up to Money in the Bank. You know, as I say, Money in the Bank, my third favorite WWE pay-per-view event behind Royal Rumble and WrestleMania itself. Money in the Bank. I think those 3 shows would be the ones I would love to attend live. A Money in the Bank show, maybe if Money in the Bank, I mean, if WrestleMania might not ever come to Wisconsin, I mean, never say never, but highly unlikely, I guess. Milwaukee can host a WrestleMania. Point is, if they don't want Milwaukee to host a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble anytime soon, maybe Milwaukee, the Bradley Center, the BMO Harris Bradley Center can host a Money in the Bank pay-per-view event, and that'd be awesome, and I would still be there. Whether for paying tickets myself or being against the WWE. However, wherever, I certainly would love to attend Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, whether all 3 in the same season, quote unquote, as I call it, or otherwise, just would be so totally awesome, Rico awesomeness, if that was able to happen for me. But anyways, that's how Raw started off with Kurt Angle making that announcement about Money in the Bank that's upcoming June 17th, 4 weeks from now. That pay-per-view, I'm already looking forward to it. I'm pumped for Money in the Bank and our prospective Money in the Bank ladder matches, competitors for said matches for the briefcase, men's and women's, respectively. Certainly going to be totally awesome for many reasons in many ways. So that's how Raw started off. Then you had Braun Strowman facing off against Kevin Owens, and Braun Strowman pretty much crushing Kevin and getting the win and being the first one qualified, being the first participant announced, in a sense. One qualifying, Braun Strowman, part of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So congratulations to Braun. And going backstage, you have Goldust, and the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Goldust and Jinder Mahal backstage with general manager Kurt Angle, and them both asking, well, Goldust asking nicely because he's a face, and Mahal kind of demanding the heel that he is, to be part of the Money in the Bank and wanting to qualify. Jinder Mahal saying that he should be part of the main event match, make it a fatal 4-way to qualify for said Money in the Bank. Goldust kind of wanted the same thing, but asking in a more for the week again, a face and a heel there in that segment. Excuse me. That moving right along, we have Baron Corbin and the Revival defeating No Way Jose, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil, and even more so, my bro, my boy, my dude, Lone Wolf Baron Corbin getting the pin on No Way Jose. So there we go. And then also already announced for tomorrow night, which I'll be doing a review as I usually do each and every week, announced 3 Money in the Bank qualifying matches for SmackDown Live. We have The Miz facing up against Jeff Hardy, Daniel Bryan against Rusev, and Charlotte Flair versus Peyton Royce of the Iconics. So just sharing that. Something to look forward to. WWE teasing SmackDown Live's qualifying matches for this week. I mean, 4 spots for SmackDown Live, 4 spots for Raw for the men's and women's. Let things play out a bit. I mean, 4 spots for each brand, 4 weeks to the pay-per-view. You know, technically, even though this wasn't the case, I'm just saying technically you could have 1 qualifier each week for each brand. Meanings, you know, so for each thing for each brand. In that sense, even though that wasn't the case, I'm just saying that's how it could have. Anyway, speaking of the women, and on Monday Night Raw, Ember Moon faced off against Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks in a triple threat match to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and Ember Moon getting the win. In the eclipse, so kind of like a double eclipse. I really do like that move. I mean, kind of in the end, a stunner, just, you know, you take from the top rope and turning it into stunner kind of thing, but still a pretty epic looking move. The eclipse. And Ember Moon actually getting the win. I was rooting for Ruby to win. I mean, talk about No Way Jose. Well, No Way Jose, and no way would I want Sasha Banks to win. Not saying she doesn't deserve it, but like I said, the more and more I watch her, I see she's more and more, in a sense, it seemed, hopefully now things are changing, the John Cena of the women's division. And I don't mean that in a good way. So I think you all know what I mean there. And I've said this for weeks and months and years. Maybe if I have more of an audience, more people will react to it, but that's just how I feel about Sasha Banks. I respect her. You know, if I ever was able to interview her or speak with her in person, I would say it to her face, you know, and be honest about that. But either way, I still respect her, and she's a great superstar and one of the best in the women's division. I'm not saying she's not, but it's just come to the point where, in a negative way, becoming the John Cena of the women's division. So hopefully, and it seems like things are already changing. And it's not like she took the L here, not like she was pinned. So for Sasha Banks fans, you know, there's still a chance for her to get in the match. And you don't want to have one of your best and top stars of the Raw brand not in that match. Unless you're going to have another match with Bayley there at Money in the Bank, but I don't see that to be the case. And if you're going to have both of them in the match, like if you have Bayley versus Sasha Banks in like a last chance, you know, them facing off one-on-one on the go-home show of Money in the Bank, or, you know, to that extent, or to that point, you know, the go-home to the go-home, meaning 2 weeks before the pay-per-view, whenever that to be, and you have Yashma's finish and they're both being in the match, then who's going to be the other qualifier? And they're going to have that already next week. What I mean, and how that's going to go. You know, because you're already eating up 2 spots for the Raw side of things for the 8 total entries or entrants for the women's Money in the Bank, but 4 from one brand, 4 from the others, I said earlier. So either have one of them making it by defeating the other in a last chance qualifying match that I'm thinking of, or, you know, because that's the same thing I'm thinking for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Them facing off in a last chance qualifying match there on the men's side, and they have a smiles and have them both in the match, or one of the matches defeating. Either way, it's going to be interesting. But either way, Ember Moon getting the win. Congratulations there. Bobby Lashley giving his backstory, his past, and his family. Sit down an interview with Renee Young, which was interesting to say the least. I mean, it seems like this is the way WWE's trying to get Bobby Lashley over. It seems like we're going to have what I thought we were going to have and going to have. Brock Lesnar not defending his title until SummerSlam. He's not defending it at Money in the Bank. He's not defending it at Extreme Rules. He's going to be defending it at SummerSlam, and maybe that's when he drops it to Lashley. Maybe. And then you have Lashley and Reigns. However, it's good. This is already the catalyst and the start of that. Now you still could have Lashley in the Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifying next week, maybe. But I do want to see Jinder Mahal in it. So if Zayn and Owens are both going to chew up 2 spots on the Raw side, then I want Mahal to be getting put in there next week. If only one of them are going to be in the match or none, then have both Bobby Lashley and Jinder Mahal instead of Money in the Bank. All the possibilities are endless. Either way, I am going to be doing live reactions to both Money in the Bank ladder matches. You already know that. You know it. So I'll be doing that when we get to that Sunday. I think it's 16th or 17th of June. Jinder Mahal, as I speak of, does defeat Chad Gable, who has had his number in the past couple of weeks. So there you go. And Long Island's boy, Zack Ryder, wants in on the Money in the Bank himself. Sure, everybody does. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defeating Heath Slater and Rhino in tag team action. And just a match in the sense for Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. They're building up as an actual tag team, not just as Dolph Ziggler having McIntyre as an enforcer for him for his single run, but actually being a tag team and being the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. Look out, tag team division. They come a knocking. Moving right along, Bobby Roode defeating Elias. Clean 1, 2, 3. That was certainly glorious. No, not too much else to say really about it. I'm sure my team members will share their thoughts on all of these results and SmackDown as well when we get to Thursday night. Steve's Wrestling Ramble. And then I can keep rambling on and talking about how much I love Money in the Bank. Maybe someone from WWE will hear my cries of awesomeness. Anyways, moving right along, Seth Rollins issuing an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship, saying, I want to have an open challenge right here, right now. I want to be a champion that not only defends it more often, but actually is on the show. Another dig at Brock Lesnar there. Mojo Rawley being the one accepting it, saying, hey, it's no longer Monday Night Rollins, it's Monday Night Rawley. But that didn't last long. Seth Rollins defeating Mojo Rawley and retaining his Intercontinental Championship. Welcome Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, the Raw Tag Team Champions, defeated Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in a tag team match that was just there. And they're done with that. And then in the main event, we have Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn in a triple threat match to qualify for the Money in the Bank for the men's side of the ladder match. And Finn Balor winning by pinning Zayn. So Roman Reigns, though, was laid out and was out for a while. Then he comes back, and I'm like, oh, wow, he might actually have a win. He's about to do a Superman punch or a spear. He's getting ready to send the lock and low and ready to go, and Jinder Mahal pulls his leg. At first, I'm wondering, does this mean Jinder Mahal can have a feud with Roman Reigns and put Jinder over? That'd be awesome. But then I remember from what happened earlier tonight, Jinder Mahal talking about wanting to be in this match, and even Michael Cole brings it up again. Again, good job with the commentary team. For the WWE Universe fans or members of the WWE Universe that may have even smaller opinion and sense like that. So that was still most cool and good to see Jinder on the show in general, let alone him having the match and be at a backstage segment with Goldust and Kurt Angle. He had his match with Chad Gable and won, and then he entered the main event in that qualifying match. There you go. Hashtag Raw is Mahal. But either way, Finn Balor getting the win. So Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. Finn Balor and Braun Strowman, 2 of the 4 representatives of the Raw brand for the 8-man Money in the Bank men's ladder match at Money in the Bank on June 17th. So there you go. That is pretty much Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. Like I said, this is usually my regular Raw review here, and I will talk more in depth about it and have other people's opinions on it. Of course, when we talk about it on Thursday night at Steve's Wrestling Ramble. If you want to share your thoughts about Monday Night Raw, who do you want to see qualify? That should be my question of the week here for this week's Raw review. Who would you like to see qualify next week? Either Raw side, obviously for the Raw brand, but men's side or women's side. Who do you like to see qualifying? And heck, who would you even like to see getting a shot to qualify to be part of the Money in the Bank ladder match, men's side or women's? Welcome to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you know when I go live or otherwise, meaning when I go live or upload a video. And I hope you lovely people, guys, girls, men, and women, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll be back here tomorrow night, Tuesday night, for my review right after SmackDown Live goes off the air, if not minutes after, to review SmackDown Live. Enjoy the weather in your area. Enjoy everything. Enjoy each day of your life. And it's always good, right? Enjoy each day of your life, And, family and all the other stuff as well. But like I said, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll be back Tuesday night. SmackDown Live review. Things are getting interesting. Things are getting fun. We're on the road to Money in the Bank, one of the best pay-per-views WWE has. So with all that being said, above all else, as always, take care.